Hey folks, Maverick Indicators here. Alright, so getting into a trade. We're getting back into the trading weekend off. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. And ES was just kind of chopping around a little bit, so I checked some other futures here and saw that CL up here was kind of making a good move. We had some hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. So getting into one little tester here. Okay, getting into one tester. And if we break through this weak zone here, I'll probably add another. Yeah, I'm going to add another one right there. There we go. Okay. I know I just said I'll wait till it breaks, but it's looking like that's a pretty weak score here. There we go. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what happens when this energy, this hot pink energy kind of builds up there and it just pops to the downside. All right, so we just closed out for about $900 or so. So let's wait this thing out here. Kind of saw that happen here as well. Right here, you saw a similar candle happen. Okay, and this is what's cool about kind of pent up energy when we have these hot pink candles or the bright green candles. You get these pops out of. It's like the data is accumulating and then it just takes off. Some people call it a squeeze. There's a lot of different terms to some of this, what the market does, but that was pretty cool. So why did we get into this trade? Let's break it down. Then maybe we'll take another trade. Probably close that out for about just about $900 or so. We are on a funded account, so we don't mess around with our funded accounts, right? We don't just we treat it like real deal money. Oh, you still have some weak zones here. Still have some weak zones, but why did we get into this trade to begin with? You had a red background. The bears have been in control all the way from here. Okay, red background. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. That is powerful. If I put you in the room with 5 other traders and they were all voting every single tick, okay, do you think that you'd have a little confidence to go short when all 5 traders are bearish? We have an A+ setup to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. A+ setup to the downside. Maverick Trender's been pegged, gosh, all the way since here. It's been pegged to the top. When we get we call these flat tops, and you've had a downtrend label. Okay, but everything in my bone wants me to get back into this trade because the zones here, the Maverick zones, is auto drawing your support and resistance zones. So we already knew this zone was here, where it's getting a little friction here. We already knew this zone was here. You had down confidence arrow. And we have really weak scores. These are weak scores. Anything less than 90% is fair game for breaking. Well, I mean, you can see what's happening here, okay? So it's kind of cool when you get this sideways action with hot pink candles, your strongest downside data candle. A lot of times you'll get these pops. And we just saw that happen right there. What I don't want to do is jump into this big candle and then go, oh, you know what? It's going to break this zone because this is a weak score. And we're in the turn of the 5-minute candle. So the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn, I do not get into. So what can happen is we can get some retracement, get stopped out, and then it'll continue to the downside. So I want to see what happens once this. We got to get a new candle here. We got to get a new candle. Okay. Let's see if we have any news. No news today, so that's okay. All right. That's the Maverick news. It's going to be in the toolkit that comes out later this month. So no news today. We'll turn that sucker off. And we broke through that zone. Zone's gone. We broke through that zone. And yes, man, do we want to jump into this trade? But I do not want to get caught see, this is a big candle. I don't want to get caught in some retracement the first minute of the new 5-minute candle. I don't want to do that. Okay. So if I was to take a trade, it has to be after the first minute of the new 5-minute turn. Lots of market manipulation. Well, what time is it? 7:15. So from 7:14, from 7:14 to 7:16, I'm going to sit on my hands because I don't want to get stuck in manipulation from here and here. Last minute, they're trying to throw off the retail trader for what they think the next candle will do. And then the first minute, grab everybody's stop losses. So let's see. Let's see what it's going to do. Very volatile right now. But you get some really weak scores here. All right. Really weak scores. We've broken through this zone that's here. It's now gone. And this is clear vision, folks. This is edge. This is knowing that you have tremendous downside data, hot pink candles, knowing you have an A+ setup to the downside, and you have these weak scores here, auto-drawn by this Maverick zones. Pretty awesome. And if you're unfamiliar, the Maverick AI Pro colors your candles like a heat map. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Okay, pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. All right, so we're past the first minute of the new 5-minute turn. And you know what I'm going to do? Let's see here. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. Okay, I'm just going to wait it out. We got 2 weak zones here. Okay. Probably continue to the downside. You have an A+ setup. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames, and we have hot pink candles. But I'm just going to wait it out because this was such a big candle. We just made about $900. There's no reason on a funded account to just try and make more. But this is what happens when you get this tremendous rich downside data, and then it just hits. It's beautiful. So even when we're sideways, as long as we have these hot pink candles, we're feeling good because eventually the data is going to catch up and it pops down. Okay. So I'm just going to keep watching this thing. If you're interested in prop firm trading, go check out our video from a couple weeks ago. We passed the $50,000 account challenge on a Friday. When most traders skip Fridays, we traded it on a Friday and we got $50,000 in funding before I think 11 a.m. So go check that out. It's in our video kind of playlist. And I'm just going to keep watching this thing. I might, I want to see what the next candle is going to do. But as long as we stay pink, if we start breaking through these weaker zones, I'm going to jump back in. And I don't have a profit target. I mean, we take what the market gives us. But, you guys know I like to go for about 1,000 per day when I trade on here. So cool. Yeah. If you want edge in the market, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want the ultimate trading assistant down here telling you when you have an A+ setup, if you want to trade with 5 other traders, these are algorithms, but think of them as traders. If you want to know where your zones are, gosh, Maverick zones, it'll be out in NinJATRADER in 2 weeks and it's out right now on TradingView. Come check us out. All right, I couldn't resist, so I got into this trade. And price likes to, a lot of times, move away from the strongest zone. Okay, so we have a very weak zone here, Maverick zones, auto-drawing your support and resistance zones. And then, and I'm just placing my stop loss right up here. I don't want to give back a lot of profit, right? Okay, we just made a good amount on this energy kind of buildup, and then we took that down, and I just kind of closed it out because there was no reason not to. Okay, but I'm only in 1 contract now. That's all I'm going to trade is 1 contract. Not going to get into 2. We've already closed out about $900 or so. And now we're just going to kind of let this thing play out. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Red background. The bears are in control. All 5 traders are still bearish across 6 time frames, and we still have an A+ setup to the downside on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. Okay, so we're stacking probability. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. Stacking probability in our favor. Okay, We're looking for, look, hey, one piece of evidence right here. All 5 traders are voting bearish. Hot pink candles. Love that. Beautiful. A+ setup. Love that. Maverick trender pegged to the top. Love that. Downtrend label. Love that. Weak score to breakthrough. Okay. And highest score is at the top, and price a lot of times likes to move away from our highest score. Okay. So I'm risking very little comparatively to the profit we've already made today. And let's see if we can continue to the downside. And I'm not looking for a huge move because we've already closed out about $900. So, you know, if we can just take this down a little bit further, grab a few hundred more dollars, and then close out the day, I'm a happy camper. All right, so where's price? Price is where? Price is here, moving away from where? Your strongest zone, okay? Not every time, but many times, price likes to move away from your strongest zone. All 5 traders are still voting bearish across 6 time frames. We still have an A+ setup to the downside. And then look, your Maverick trender, sorry, hang on one second, guys. Your Maverick trender has been pegged to the top this entire time. All the way, let me point this out here. Your Maverick trender has been pegged to the top since here. Where is that? Right here. This candle, it's been pegged to the top, and it's still pegged to the top. Massive move. Okay, this is, look, same thing with here. Maverick trender, oh, nope, it was right here, and it got pegged all the way down to here. So awesome. I love this indicator. So anyway, so we'll just keep seeing it. We got a tight stop loss. We don't want to give back anything that we've already done here. But all before 7:30 in the morning on a Monday, which is just beautiful. And we'll just keep our eye on here. Strongest score here, weakest score down here. Price a lot of times likes to move away from the strongest score. All right, here we go. Now we're finally moving away from that strongest zone. And then we have, I'm going to add to this position, and then we have weaker zones. Look at these weak zones, folks. Okay, look at these weak zones. All right, so kind of similar to here, we built up, boom, popped down. Now what's happening? Look, we've been going sideways. Are we building up and then we're going to pop down? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so nice. I'm not going to get greedy this early in the morning. Move my stop loss up to the bottom of that zone. Okay, so look, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. All 5 traders are still voting bearish across 6 time frames. We have not really lost our A+ setup to the downside. And price a lot of times likes to move away from where? The strongest zone. All right. So again, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge in the market, come check us out. All right. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Ooh, weak zone here. Weak zone. Push right through it. Come on. All right. We've already closed out about $900 and we're up about $530 on this trade. Okay. So there we go. All right. There we go. All right. I'm going to leave my screen up. Again, come check us out. Would love, love, love to help you crush it. Get some clarity on your charts like this. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.